how are y'all?
Hi, love.
Good. Good. Okay, so today what I want to present to y'all is a picture walk in kindergarten. Yay! Just how to do a guided reading lesson using doing a picture walk, okay?
I love picture walks. Okay.
You
ready.
do?
I do.
Okay, so we're gonna start with a Kahoot. Woohoo! Let me click on it. There we go.
Okay, now, give me a few minutes to
Yeah,
figure
that's
it
fine.
out.
Take your time.
I'm not young like you. I'm not the technology crew.
Play. Okay, there's the code.
You search.
Okay.
Yeah, search.
Y'all see the code? Write your name. And then we'll start it. Let me know if you need help. Do you need help?
Yeah. Now, is that where I put the numbers?
Yeah, the game pin.
Okay. 4, 1. That's
All right, GT.
Hop along.
What'd you put? Hop along?
Don't fall.
Creepy underwear.
Oh, it won't let me. It's
Panties.
too
Put panties.
Creepy undies.
Okay, yeah. So he's pulling this.
We have hop along. We have Matt and creepy undies. Okay.
To go with our story.
It's 8 questions. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah, we're ready.
Well, there we go. Hang on.
What is the purpose of a picture walk?
What is it?
Does it build confidence, help front load vocabulary, builds comprehension, builds language skills, comprehension, and vocabulary? Yes, it does all 3. It helps build language skills,
Creepy undies, killing it.
comprehension, and vocabulary.
Hey, I'm in second place.
It does help front
You
load
beat me.
vocabulary. It's all 3.
Let me not be a bragger.
All right, creepy undies.
Woo! Okay, here we go. Question number 2.
Building comprehension can be done by bam! You're smart. Creepy undies is second.
Woo! Those creepy undies.
True or false? Teachers can help support students' language skills by allowing them to practice speaking in complete sentences. This is too easy for y'all. True or false?
Muy bien.
Okay, creepy undies. Hop along is on fire. Is it important that students understand left to right direction approach? Y'all are so smart.
We are,
I hope
right?
so.
We're a good team.
Look at creepy undies. A picture walk is recommended to do during
I don't know, eh? All of the above.
I'm in
Writing time.
during guided reading. It should be
Really?
yeah, during small group. It's
Okay.
best.
Now
That's new. I'm glad you taught me that.
I know.
Nat.
Mine lead?
Yes.
It is usually not necessary that students are able to locate the book's front, back, cover, title, and author. It's not necessary.
You try to trick us.
False!
Yeah, she did.
I did.
Yeah, it
It's
worked.
been true all along.
Students whose first language is English or Spanish and learning a second language should be at a level blank by May 2020.
Oh,
No idea.
no clue.
4.
That's why I put it there.
Oh, I got lucky.
2 to 3 because they should be at a 4 in
But because-
English.
in English,
But
okay.
since it's their second
Second
language,
language.
they need to be at least at a 2 to 3.
Okay.
They don't have to be at a 4.
Cause we asked that question.
Uh-huh.
You gotta get, okay.
Since it's the first, their second
I just
language.
guessed.
Gotcha.
Muy
We don't need
bien,
to
Matt.
dragon.
Matt came out ahead. Look,
Oh,
always
we
the one
won.
that comes in from, you know,
Okay.
the one that came in late.
Okay, so benefits of a picture walk. It builds students' vocabulary, it builds students' language skills, it also allows students to practice predicting and inferencing. So, and they're recommended during a small group guided reading lesson. So usually a picture walk is showing them, this is the front cover, this is the back cover, this is the spine, and when you open your book, what do you first see? And then, let them know this is the title page. You have to show them where the author is located, the illustration. They need to know this stuff so they can know how to handle a book. Because some kids they don't even know how to hold a book. So the picture walks helps them know how to read a book, how to open it correctly, how to use it. So that's what we're going to be learning about today. What does a picture walk look like? Okay, so I'm going to model with you. So can you pretend to be students?
Of course.
I'm gonna model to you and ask you how to hold a book correctly. So, sometimes I'll be in my small group. I'll ask them, tell me how do I hold a book, and then I hold it like this, and then pretend you're students. Do I hold it like this, guys?
No, that's wrong.
Okay, tell me when to stop. Like this?
No.
What about like this?
No.
What about like this?
Yes.
How do you know?
Because it opens to opens on the right.
Mm-hmm. And the pictures are not upside down in the words, right?
Right.
Okay, so this is how I hold a book properly. What is this called?
Fine.
A spine. And what is this? What is this? The cover? What?
Cover.
Front.
The front
Cover.
cover. Muy bien.
GT, I know.
Use your brain. And then what is an author? What does the author do?
Writes the words.
Writes the words and the illustrator
Draws.
The pictures.
draws the pictures. So that's what I would do whenever I have them in my small group. Talk to them and just tell them what is it? What do they do? What is an illustrator? What is an author? What is the front cover? What is the spine? We open it and what do we see? The title page. And then we open it and then we start reading it. So that's what I would do. So I show them the spine of the book, show them where the author or illustrator can be found on the book, then talk to them about the title page, and if any books have table of contents, I would teach that too, just so they can know what it looks like, the book. Okay, so we're going to talk about building students' vocabulary. I want to do that with the Level 8 book. And we have a Level 8 book. It says, Can You Sing? And we're going to have students look at the pictures of the book and ask them questions. So when they open the book, let's just do this one. We can ask, what do you see? And what would some students say?
A bird.
A bird.
A tree.
What is it? A bird. And then where do they live?
Outside on a tree.
So some students will be like, I don't know, or they could say in a park, or they can say they're making inferences. So on a tree, in a backyard, in the park, and usually when some kids say, oh, this is a bird, and then I'm like, okay, what does bird start with? What letter does bird start with? B. Can you find it on here? B. And then they'll point to that word and they'll say, oh, there's bird. That says bird. So that helps them build their vocabulary. So helping them find the letters. So like in this page, we would be like, I'll ask you, what do you see?
A frog.
A frog?
And a
Where
lily.
is he?
On a lily pad.
And some kids don't know that that's called a lily pad, right?
Yes.
And where are lily pads? On a pond. So just teaching that vocabulary to them. And if this is a frog, what does it start with? What letter?
Read
So find the letter, and then they would find their little finger and find the frog. Oh, it's right here. Oh, this says frog. So just doing that really helps them build their vocabulary. So now I want you saw how I did it, right?
Right.
I want you to try it. So I'm going to let you three work together
Okay.
and practice doing what I said. We're going to use the same book.
Okay.
Since I already did the first two, and then you guys ask the questions that you would ask a student to help them build their vocabulary.
Okay.
Or you can pretend Matt and Julie is the student and you're the teacher.
Okay, so, looking at the picture, tell me something, Julie, what do you see?
A ladybug.
Yeah, ladybug. Can you find the ladybug? You are right. What do you see something else?
Snow.
Snow, maybe so.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's snow, what do you think might be happening with this bird and the ladybug?
They're gonna be cold.
Yeah, they might be cold, right?
Mhm.
So what was the next question? What do you see?
What do you see? Where do you think they're at?
Where do you think they're
If you
at?
see
So
a-
we
Oh.
talked about the snow, so that could be where they're at, like some places that might have snow.
Mhm.
What time of year if it
Yeah.
snows? And they might say December or Christmas. What was
And then she said
What is-
ladybug.
a
So
ladybug?
what
Okay.
does it start with?
So back to the ladybug. So what do you hear at the beginning? Ooh. So we're gonna
There
find it
you
on our
go.
page. And one of the things that we do is
Uh-huh.
we get our lips ready, lips the fish. So we always say get your lips ready for that first letter sound.
Mm-hmm.
It's
So
a
then
good
we would
idea.
practice ooh, and then we help each other with ladybug.
With that word. That's a good idea.
And then one of the things we use is to put our eyes on the paper, we just call it eagle eyes. So this is what they do. Eagle eyes, literally.
Stare at it.
So
just to
I
see-
just try to find like little connections. I just have little beanie babies.
Yeah.
So, you know, as you get really comfortable with your group, some don't need it, some might.
Mhm.
I mean, would you think you would
What's a
do that
beanie
with all of
baby?
your
Yeah,
groups?
that's like a good way to, instead of saying, what do you see? That's like a good catch. Like
Cause
it
I like
hooks
your
them.
questions. I
Yeah.
don't do the questions, but I try to go in order of,
Yeah.
you know, we practice the eagle eyes, so look at the words in the picture, get your lips ready.
And then practice saying the
Sound
word.
it.
Sound it out.
Sound it out, say the word. I think the next one is, a snake, stretch
The
the
snake?
words, like
Yes.
you,
Um,
yeah, or something like that.
to sound out each word,
Yeah,
right?
to,
Oh,
to
okay.
start.
Now, do the next page.
Oh, next page, yes.
And now you can have Julie practice it if you want.
Okay, wanna
And
practice
then
you?
you be the students.
Okay.
Or I can hold it for you if you want.
Okay. Alright. What do you see?
A bunny.
Bunny.
I see the
Okay.
bird again, the bird's there
The
again,
bird's
he's
there
on every
again.
page.
So he said bunny, but then in the book it says rabbit. So then we can teach him another way to say
Bunny.
bunny. That's another way to build vocabulary.
Oh, that's very good.
And okay, what else?
So could we say bunny or rabbit in
Yeah.
conversation, but then when we go find it,
Uh-huh.
if we say bunny,
But-
do we see the bee
Oh,
there?
there's no bee.
Exactly.
So,
So
okay.
then that's
So
another.
then we
uh-huh.
would steer them into so this word
Yes.
must be rabbit, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you wanna do it now, Matt?
Yeah.
We're so good.
We just made a connection.
What was it?
The grass.
The grass in this picture reminds us of the grass that we made to
For the
be
hallway.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, what do y'all see?
And butterflies.
And the bird.
Yep, the bird's there.
What sound does butterfly start with?
Bee.
Bu-
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 bu- bu- What letter makes that sound?
Bee.
Do you see any words with the letter B? That's
So
a long
that,
one,
so
huh?
that must say
That
And then you
butterflies.
can do the
Butterflies.
snake.
Yeah,
That
to
snake.
stretch it
uh-huh,
out.
And then they read that.
Mm.
But this is so they can start learning like vocabulary, knowing like the rabbit and the bunny. They knew a different way to say it.
That's important because some of
Uh-huh.
our kids don't have that background knowledge.
Yeah, and where they may be,
Oh,
the time of the
Yeah.
year, maybe the seasons,
Yeah.
because they're learning that right now.
Yeah.
The seasons. If it's snowing, then they'll know it's invierno, it's winter.
Mhm.
So it's just building that vocabulary, those words to use
Mhm.
during reading.
And I know in the years past, we heard from like the star grades that vocabulary was one of the biggest
Yeah.
issues. Like they just didn't have enough of it.
Yeah, they're not
Yeah,
being
that's
exposed to
true.
being able to actually use
Yeah.
it, talk about it.
I've noticed
So-
it on iStation. You know, the iStation reports.
Oh yeah,
A
vocabulary.
lot of them,
That's true,
the
vocabulary.
vocabulary
Yeah, they lack
is lower.
vocabulary.
Mhm.
I think it's a picture walk is not just showing them the book, it's also being able to talk to them and pulling those words out of them, cause they have it in them, we just need to,
And therefore
Pull
they're
it out and
successful
teach it to
when
them.
they read that
Mhm.
level, because
Yeah.
you've had that background.
knowledge,
walk,
yes. And that's what we're gonna get into.
Okay.
Did y'all like that? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're gonna do, that's what we're getting, building students' language skills. So I'm gonna do this with the level 1 book since it has more sight words. It's called Things That Go. So when we try to build students' language skills, we wanna read students the book, so read it all, they listen, and then have them retell the story to you in words, like in a conversation. So this will allow students to practice speaking and complete sentences with proper language. So some students, if you ask them, oh, what was the book about? And they say, oh, it was about a dog and a cat. Well, what about it? And then have them practice speaking and complete sentences. What happened? Why? How? But in a conversation, not having them just draw a picture. You know what I mean? So they can practice their language skills. You can ask them guiding questions such as, what do you see? What are they doing? And what do you think will happen next?
Yes, it
It
does.
also helps them with predicting, inferencing, and making up their own story if they can.
Mhm.
So what I would do here is read the story, so Things That Go, the front cover, my title page. So pretend you're my students, okay?
Okay.
The train can go. Oh my goodness, the train can go.
1 to 1, please, ma'am.
1 to 1.
Train
The train can go. What do you see?
The train.
A train,
And the sun
a sun.
and the train track,
So what do you think?
green
Where
grass.
is he? Green grass, sunny skies.
It's
Where do you think he
daytime.
might go?
Up a mountain.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Let's keep reading.
North Pole.
He might be going to the Pole. The car can go.
They look like in the same place.
Yeah, why?
Because of the
The grass.
Grass.
The grass looks the same in the color of the road.
The bus can go.
There's the sun again.
That bus looks like it's going fast.
How do you know?
Look at, they've
Do
got
you
like
see
little
white
streaks.
stripes?
Yeah.
Ah, good job. The boat can go. Does that look like it's in the same place?
No.
It's in the water.
In the water.
What's the difference between the bus, the
The-
car,
You're on the road.
Yeah.
and they're on the
Water.
They might be in an ocean or in a pond, right?
Mhm.
The plane can go. This one's different too. It's in the sky. Okay, so then when we're done reading it, then you would ask him, so what was the story about? So, ma'am, I don't wanna pick on you, but what was the story about?
But I'll go ahead
My
and.
memory's bad. The train,
Mhm.
a lot of things went places.
A lot of things, so then that's when I would say, what things? So
The
pulling that,
train,
Boat.
The train.
There's a boat,
Car.
Car.
Bus.
car.
plane.
and they all
They all
Go
go
places.
somewhere.
go places. Do they go in the same, how do they travel?
Some on land, some on water, some in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
And I bet some of our higher level kids will say transportation.
Yes. we did that.
Exactly, so
Yeah, the first
having them
six
use
too.
that language, so, oh, they're all using transportation, they're all
Uh-huh.
going somewhere, but they're going in different directions, different,
Ways.
ways, one is flying, one is sailing, one is on the road with tires, so just pulling that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just having them talk about it, or you then showing them that. Okay, so then I want you to try it with your two friends.
With our 2 friends.
Yes, but
Yeah,
let's do
you
it with
did
a
such
different
a
one.
good job.
This one says, I can sing.
Oh, this is one, they love this.
Oh, yeah.
So try
I
that.
can see, so looking at this picture,
I can be the student and then you guys be the teachers. Yeah?
okay,
Okay.
so if you look at this picture, what kind of things do you see?
A tree,
What color is the tree?
brown and green.
You see anything?
You see how you're pulling
A
that?
pond.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
A
What
pond
color?
with lily pads.
What color is the water? Blue. What about you?
A flower
A flower
and a bush.
and a bush.
I think so.
Can you describe the flower for me?
It's a red flower.
It's a red flower. So we're gonna read the story about I Can See. So what page do we have right here?
Title page.
Title page. So let's read, I can see. So, I would say, eagle eyes, so let's look at the picture,
Mhm.
and then we'll start reading. I can see a blue pond. So of course, I knew this book, and I knew it was gonna be asking colors,
Uh-huh.
so I was trying to guide the conversation about the colors that you see, hoping they could be successful coming across
Looking at the
Yeah.
pictures, yeah.
like, cause there's color words in there. Would you
Mhm.
recommend that was a good thing to do?
Yeah, that
Okay.
is.
Blue pond. And I'm gonna guess that once you help them with this word, those that don't know are gonna pick up on the fact that there's gonna be a color.
Some sort of.
Yeah.
So we would look at the picture, and then we would read. Now,
I can
when
see.
they're looking at the picture, are you gonna have that conversation?
Like asking
Like if
the
this was
questions.
like if this was a DRA, you wouldn't ask the questions, we'd go right to the reading.
Yes.
But if it's a book
This
that
is a
we're gonna
picture walk,
practice,
yeah.
okay,
To
then you
practice
would talk
building their
about
language.
this, okay,
Yeah.
so we would say, what do you see?
So yeah, so during a DRA
Frog.
we would just read, but during a picture walk, if you want to practice, if you have like those students that barely talk, that need help with their building their language skills, that's when you would have those conversations
Okay.
with them, because they're students that probably can't even read
Yeah,
and just need that conversation, those
Okay.
language skills that need to be built.
so then we would all
Like
be
Edon,
talking about,
Sierra, they would definitely benefit from that. That's
so
why.
we would be talking about the frog and
Yeah, what do you
color
see?
is the frog,
A frog, okay. What is he doing? Oh, he's kind of like sitting.
where is he sitting?
Where? Oh, and how? And on what? And how? What does the weather look like? So just pulling those language skills, so they can start saying frog, lily pad. So in that one picture, you're saying like 5 different words: frog, lily pad, pond,
On
clouds,
Sitting
on,
on, yeah.
sitting on top.
daytime or.
So yeah, because some kids, if you tell
sunny.
them, go in between so and so, they're like, they don't even know what in between means. So yeah. And then the picture. So look at the picture. What do you see?
Oh, there's the lily pad again,
There's the lily pads.
so maybe you would make the connection that, okay.
I can see a red flower. So we want them to say that. I can see a brown tree with green leaves, a red flower, green bushes.
Hills
Just
maybe.
talk to you. Yeah. Have a conversation with you. In a
And these are
complete
good
sentence.
pictures too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there goes the brown
Wow,
tree.
brown tree, there's the lily pads,
The lily pads.
the water.
Mhm.
So let me ask you this, would you do a picture walk through the whole book first and then go
You
back
could
and
do-
read?
Yeah,
Okay.
and then go back and read. Yeah.
And then go back and read, okay.
Yeah, it just depends on your students. Like for me, when I think about it, my 2 kids that they have no language skills, like they can barely write, read. I would just talk to them
Okay,
about the pictures. Then maybe the next day, to not frustrate them, read the book.
okay. Alright, I like that.
I can see a black bird sitting on top of the branch. So a tree branch. Instead of the tree, he's on
The
the tree
tree
branch. Yeah.
Okay.
And then when you're done reading the book, you can tell them, okay, so what was it about? Oh, it was about the birds on the trees.
And you're hoping they're gonna use some of those same words
Yes.
that you just had that
Uh-huh.
conversation with.
And yes, the same vocabulary. And you also want to see if they're using, like what have you been doing in reading right now? You've been doing
Beginning, middle, and end.
beginning, middle, and end. Yeah, like what happened in the beginning,
Yeah, so
middle,
maybe,
and end.
yeah, you
That's-
could cover 2
Mhm,
objectives right
2
there.
things in one.
Start at the beginning, what happened here, what happened.
What happened in the beginning? Oh, Arthur was in his car, and then he got in his car, and then he went home, and
Yeah.
he made a pie, and so them talking to you about what happened.
Right.
And then if they don't say something correctly, then that's building their language skills. Okay, well now let's say it this way.
Okay.
Let's
Love
do it
it.
this way. Yeah, it's just practice them
Cool.
talking. And then kids that are learning a second language, we can introduce them vocabulary, Spanish vocabulary first, then work on their language skills.
Yeah.
It makes me think that we should have like a content wall,
Mm.
like for vocabulary.
What's that?
Like our word walls.
Like our
or-
word wall, but, you know, I think it just depends on the philosophy, cause some people say you can put those words on a word wall,
Uh-huh.
and some have the philosophy that a content wall would be separate than,
The word wall,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
I don't know what content.
well, it's just like content, like if you were talking about Halloween or fall, all the words on your content board would be
You know,
Whatever-
Halloween.
in
fall.
relation to
Mhm.
Whatever unit.
what,
you're
yeah,
going
the
through.
unit, maybe we
Okay.
should just call it a unit wall.
Okay. That's smart.
Okay,
Yeah.
so any takeaways? I want you to write on a sticky note what you, like you just said, something about a content wall. So what stuck with you on a sticky
That's my
note?
review.
Write about something that stuck with you. So, and if you'd like to share, you can.
Great week today.
This is the one that Miss Stewart gave me.
Great week today.
It's cactuses.
I mean.
And that is a
good or
good
bad.
question, Edie, about that content wall.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I guess there's no wrong way to do it,
I
Yeah.
think so too.
but it makes me think if there, yeah, I don't know.
What's my question?
What stuck
Oh,
What
wow.
stuck with you today? So write about
Is
something
that
that stuck with you
nothing?
today.
No,
Um,
there's something.
do you,
You can post it on there if you want.
I'm going to.
Would you do mine so I don't have to hobble?
Yes, of course.
Vocabulary building through picture walks.
And I wrote the importance of
Fun fact?
descriptive words.
Fanta, ¿sí o no?
Fanta.
Okay, so Edie, can you share what you wrote, please?
I wrote the importance of descriptive words.
What do you mean by that?
Like the color words, like describing, you know, like you can say that the bird is on the branch, but maybe take it to the next level.
The describing
The
words.
brown bird is on the small branch or the big branch, or
Nice.
then you're just adding, you know, that elaboration to that one.
Oh,
Picture.
Yeah.
That was mine.
Stuart, what did you write?
I wrote,
Vocabulary building through picture walk.
just, that's what stuck with me, just a reminder, you know, doing the picture walk to help build the vocabulary.
Yeah,
I
so
think we
it,
need to do it more, especially with those ones.
yeah, an
that-
iStation.
Yeah, iStation, we need it because iStation and our kids.
That's always been the lowest vocabulary in iStation, and I was thinking about that. I was like, well, you know, what are some ways that we could integrate it instead of just doing the Freyer model stuff,
Yeah.
the picture of that. And Matt, what about you? What did yours say?
Mine said, to have my ESL students, speaking complete sentences.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's what all we did today was the importance of speaking in complete sentences, building vocabulary through picture walks, and the importance of descriptive words, which is their language skills,
Yeah.
building those language skills, using the correct words to talk in a complete sentence, and those are the three things that I hit today. It actually
Good
stuck.
job.
Yay!
I'm so proud of you.
I'm so proud of you guys.
Good job.
Thank you for your time. I know your time is precious, so I
You're
have
very
some,
welcome.
I have some
Precious
cough
to
drops there for
us.
you guys.
So nice.
Thank you.
You're welcome.